Kinross one wild and stormy day. He was quiet, lean and hungry, and his eyes were smoky grey. He was lean across his purdies, but his shutters they were big. The terror o' the Highland glens, that was the poetry kid. He drum ho, he drum hey, the chuchta that come fi sky. Now his sidekick was an older man, but oh, he was mean. He was called the Midnight Blue Boy, and he come fi Aberdeen. He got 27 matches on his crummock, so they say, and he killed 1 million Indians way up in Stornoway. Now poetry booted in the door, and he sauntered to the bar. He poured a shot of crabbies, and he shouted slange your bar. While midnight was being chatted up by a barren girl called Pam, who said, well, howdy stranger, don't eat buys a baby sham. Now over in the corner sat 3 men from Ochtertool, who were playing games for money in a snakes and ladders school. The fourth man was a southerner who'd come up from McMurray. He'd been a river gambler on the Ballahoolish ferry. He drum ho, he drum hey, the chuchta that come fi sky. Poetry went to the table and he shouted, shake me in. He sugared on the egg cup and he gave the dice a spin. 7 sixes in a row and the game was nearly done, but then he landed on a snake and he finished on square one. Well, the game was nearly over and poetry was doing fine. He landed on a ladder and got up to 99, and he only had but 1 to go and the other man was beat. But the gambler counted the board up. Cheats! Men died behind the rubber plants to try to save their skins. The accordionist stopped playing and his sidekick dropped the spoons. He said, I think it's kind of funny you've been at that ladder twice, and yeah, you always done the table when I go to throw a dice. Southerner threw whiskey and dew as fast as lightning speed, but poetry grabbed the screws off and cracked him o'er the heat. And then he gave him rowdy with a salmon off the wall and finished off the business. Oh, it is lucky grouse for its claw. Well, poetry went up to the bar and he says, I'll hear half. And you like the way I stuck it on that wee McMillan yap. The southerner crept up behind his features right with pain and gobbled him with an ashtray made out of curling stain. Well, the fight went raging all night till opening time next day. They had a breakfast soup and stogies off a coronation tray. It was getting kind of obvious that neither man would win when came the cry that stopped it all. There's a bus trip coming in. He drum ho, he drum hey, have it now. The chuchta come the sky. Well, they sing this song in Galashiels and up by Peter Reid, way down along the border and along the Rio Tweed.